All right, guys, I've said it before. Most bathroom scales are only going to give you one freaking number. And somehow, dude, somehow that one freaking number always just ruins
freaking day.
But these body comp scales do it a little bit different, and I'm always excited to talk about these. So this is the Arboleaf segmented body scale. So like before, instead of just telling you your weight, it uses like the foot sensors, it uses the handlebar, and obviously it comes with a nice little app. And if you guys watch my channel before, you know I've done body comp scales before in the past, so I was actually really excited to try out another one, one that's kind of more on a budget side of it. So super excited to dive into it. And this thing shows metrics like body fat, visceral fat, muscle mass, BMI, like body water, and then like even separate data for your legs, arms, and torsos. So today I'm going to set it up. I'm going to walk you through it, walk you through the app, show you what I like, show you what I don't like, pros and cons.
Just do the wink and the gun.
And obviously you guys know I'm going to give you my honest opinion and tell you if I feel like it's something that's, you know, it'd be worth your time. So what's up, everybody? Adam from Too Good Tech here. Too Good Tech. Let's not do that.
Edit that out.
And today we're going to check out the Arboleaf segmented body scale, and it is the CS10K. I can never remember that for some reason. So now Arboleaf did send this over to me, but I'm going to walk you guys through a real setup. I'm going to do the real measurement process. I'm going to take you guys through the app, and then I'm going to show you guys real home use, because you know me, like I'm going to show you my data, because that's what really matters is the opinion. I want to give my opinion, not somebody else's scripted opinion, my opinion and my data, which I don't really like sharing my data because I got work to do. Because honestly, with like health tech stuff, like it can't just look cool. Like that can't be everything. It can't just look dope. Like it needs to be simple, and like honestly, it needs to be something that like you actually will want to use every week, not just like,
cool, I'm gonna do this for like
7 days and like, and then just like it just gets shoved underneath the couch in your bathroom.
Yeah, I said that.
Not one scale is perfect by any means, but they all have like their own little like, cool little specs and things about them. So like a basic smart scale is just going to give you your info. It's just going to sync it to your app, and then voila, you're going to move on your day. We don't want that. This isn't why we're here. And then some of this smart scales will take like an estimate of things, do an equation through just your feet. But this scale, the 8 electrode measurement, it's able to get scans through your feet, your legs, your torso, and your arms. And the way you do that is by stepping onto the scale and then grabbing the handlebar and then pulling up. And most of them ask you to hold it out at like a 45-degree angle. I've tried it like down in front of me, straight out 45, extended all the way out, backwards, sideways, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? I didn't see any difference in any of the data that I got. It didn't like have like a massive 10% swing, so I don't really know why that's the thing. And I do want to be clear, like this is not a replacement for anything. This is not a replacement for an in-body scan. It's not a replacement for MRIs or anything like that, which good luck getting an MRI. Just saying, if you can get one approved for it.
Dope. W.
But for tracking things at home, like trend tracking, and you don't want to spend like a ton of money on like one of the higher end like body comp scales, then stay with me. Keep coming. Let's go. So design wise, it's a pretty clean looking scale. You got the glossy like black finish, you have the branding on the front, and then you have a little screen, and then you have your handlebar, and it's got a good weight to it. So when you set it down on the ground, like it's pretty firm. I'm one of those people that this is like a rant. I tap each corner with my foot to make sure it's flat instead of that little noise. Because I feel like it's just you're not going to get an accurate reading unless all 4 legs or feet are on the ground. You know what I mean? But anyways, you get the bright display, the metal electrodes, and then when you pull the handlebar out, Jesus, delete that.
So when you pull the handlebar
out, that's what makes it feel like you're getting like that complete body scan. That's why I love these types of scales. So I do like that the scale has a display built right into it, and it shows the main things that most people are going to want to look at. That's what it displays. And obviously with these, the app is where like the deeper information lives. So the app is a must for these 100%. I will say that sometimes you just want to step on the scale, get a quick scan, and then be on your way, which I am guilty of that. So let's get into the app setup, guys. So the setup starts with the Arboleaf app. You download the app, you need to create an account, you got to enable Bluetooth, and then you just add the scale inside the app, and then it pairs with the app. And then when you tap measure or when you do your first scan, now your measurements are syncing perfectly with the app. The app is where you get like the full body comp breakdown. per metric. All right, so now we're going to do the measurement process. So here is the actual measurement process. First, you want to place the scale on a hard ground. We talked about this earlier. Flat surface. Don't do it on a carpet. Don't be that guy. Don't do it. All right, so next you have to open up the Arboleaf app so it's ready to sync with your data. And a lot of these you have to have the app open because they utilize multiple users. So you have to make sure like you're that user connecting to the device. Anyways, at that point, it's ready to sync your data. So you need to step on it barefoot and make sure that both feet are lined up with the metal electrode. And now you're gonna bend over, grab the handlebar.
Ooh.
And this part right here, guys, this part is important. You want your arms fully extended, and then you have to have both thumbs placed on those little grooves, little thumb electrodes on the front. So the full process is super simple. Feet on the scale, hands on the handlebar, thumbs on the electrodes. You want your arms straight and you stand still at attention, if you know what I mean. And then you just wait for the scan to finish, guys. That is all you got to do. So the first time you do this, it's gonna feel a lot more involved than like being on a regular scale, which is the idea. But after you do it a couple times, it becomes real easy. It becomes like you build the normalcy to it, like where it's just it's an everyday thing. Wake up in the morning, throw your feet up on that scale, grab the handlebar, boom, scan, done. Brush teeth, boom, work, done, dude, boom. So all in all, you're not just stepping on a scale to grab a number. You're doing this, and I've said this before, you're doing this to get a full body composition scan at home, which is awesome that this is even a thing nowadays. So now we can do a little walkthrough about the app metrics. We can kind of look about what's provided to you within their app. When the measurements are complete, the data is going to populate inside the Arboleaf app. You're going to see your weight. You're going to see your BMI. You're going to see your body fat percentage.
Oh my.
You're going to see muscle mass. You got bone water, bone mass. You got protein, BMR, visceral fat, body type. And then you also got a lot more to go through. And I don't think the goal is to obsess over every single number, every metric that is provided in the app. So you gotta keep that in mind as well. The useful part to me is going to be the trend, like tracking the trend. That's what really matters. So you could be working out, you could be building muscle, you could be losing fat, you could just be holding extra water one day. Like if you look at just a basic scale, you'll never be able to tell those differences. You'll never be able to see muscle mass trends and then water and then other like body comp data. So you actually get like a much better picture of your overall total body metrics than you would just stepping on and off a scale every day. So the segmental analysis is probably why you would choose one of these scales over like a typical smart scale, because it just breaks down your data differently, and like how it breaks it down into just like different areas of the body, which is nice to see. So like you can see information in your arms.
Oh yeah.
You can see it in your torso, and that matters because your body comp isn't always proportioned evenly across your whole body. Like my left arm is smaller than my right arm. So for someone that's just trying to lose weight, build muscle, this gives you more context, and context is everything. W bow-legged bandits. And again, like I said, I would use this as a trend tool. I would not try to use this to replace like a medical grade measurement device at all. Don't do that. But it is 100% more useful than a regular scale any day. Absolutely. So regular scale, here's your weight. Good luck. So it does have the 7-in-1 display. We can do a quick little dive into the display. So the scale can rotate through like key stats right there on the display. It's so you don't have to open the app every single time, which I did mention earlier. Like it displays like basically your key metrics, which the ones that most people are going to be interested in right from the get, because it is convenient. Sometimes you just want the small detail down on the screen. Sometimes you want the full picture. Then you can just open up the app. The simple version, so if you just want just the regular numbers, you can step on the scale, look down, look at it, cool, and then step off and go on your way. So the Arboleaf app does support multiple users for their scale. It is like me, you guys know me, like I have 6 kids, so there's 8 people that live in my house. So, and this one does support up to 8 profiles, which was highly convenient for my family. And it does do auto recognition. It has guest mode. So if you have a family, spouse, roommates, you name it, the benefit of that, because if multiple people are using the scale, you want to be able to keep everybody's data separate. So it can also sync with some popular health apps, Apple Health, Google Fit, Fitbit. So like if you already track steps, like workouts and weight, or other health data somewhere else, this can help keep everything sort of connected. And that's what makes like this smart health tech stuff more successful, like more useful. It's not just collecting random data, it's actually putting the data somewhere that you can actually like review and go look over. So the biggest pro to me is gonna be the metrics that these provide, right? So the app is everything. The amount of metrics that the Arboleaf app collects is what matters most, and that's probably the biggest pro out of all of these. And it's the segmental measurements, the handlebar designs, and the 7-in-1 display. Like, I love the fact that it has a display on it. I really do. I always love that it has a multi-user support. It feels like a more complete body comp tool than like a regular basic smart scale. Using it properly, like, you gotta use it the right way. It took me a few times with the app. You hit this whole button that says measure, and I would step on it and then grab the handlebar and move up. But on the app display, like, it'll show you when it's starting to read your data. It just wouldn't do that. I don't know if it was a connectivity problem or if it was user error, which is highly possible. So if you don't place your hands and feet on there, you're not getting like the full benefit. You're not going to get, your data is just going to be skewed. My biggest con for me is probably the app design. I feel like they could have been built out a little bit more, made a little bit more smooth, a little bit more. I mean, the data is there. Don't get me wrong. The data is there. I just think the UI and the UX design could have been played out a little bit better. So that's just one of my cons that I have about it. So who is this actually for? If you only care about your weight, this is probably going to be more than what you need. But if you're trying to build muscle, track body composition, and just get a better picture of your progress overall, this Arboleaf segmented body comp scale gives you a lot more information to work from. For me, the key is not obsessing over the daily weigh-ins. You need to use it to track trends, use it to understand progress, and then use it as one more tool to stay consistent. I'll leave the product link in the description, guys, and I have a discount code down below. So product link, discount code if you like it. And always, if this video helped you guys, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.